To Casita's virtual kitchen. Welcome on this lovely evening again. This evening we're going to do a steak dish. So we've got some rump steak down the front, and we're going to do that with a wild garlic chimichurri. So again, we're using the wild garlic. It's in season. It's a shame not to. This can be done without, obviously, just a little bit more of the other ingredients, which I will go through with you. So first thing we need to do is obviously cook our steak. It's going to take 4 or 5 minutes to cook, and we need to rest it as well. So we've got a pan, nice and hot. Start with a little bit of oil. And then we've got our, like I say, this is a rump steak. So rump steak's great. It's obviously not your most tender of cuts of steak, but it is your most flavourful. So if you're a steak eater, a lot of people usually go for rump. So we're going to be quite generous with the seasoning. Always season on a plate. So obviously if any falls off, you can mop it up. So we're going to go moulded salt, some nice pepper, pat it down, turn it over. Some more salt on the other side. A lot of the seasonings fall off when you're cooking, so obviously that's kind of why we go a little bit more than we would do. So salt and pepper there. So we're just going to mop all this up, and then we're going to go in the steak. You want to obviously hear a sizzle there. We're just going to leave that. Obviously, we don't want to move it too much. We want to keep the heat in the pan. We want to get a really nice caramelisation colour. So we're just going to leave that there. So the sauce for this is a chimichurri. So I mean, this is probably more Argentinian, but there is roots in Spain. The word means basically a mixture of several items in no particular order, probably deriving from Spanish. So in the 19th century, a lot of Spaniards moved to Argentina and Uruguay. So this is probably where it gets the influence from. So I'll run through what we've got. We've got some coriander, stalks, they're quite thin, we can use it all. Some freshly picked mint, some banana shallots. So banana shallots are a chef's best friend. They're much easier to cook than the tiny little ones. A lemon, which we're just going to zest. A red chilli, green chilli, a tiny bit of cumin, some salt, and then just to loosen it all up, a bit of olive oil and a bit of sherry vinegar. So it's quite simple. It's just basically a mixture of chopped stuff. We don't have to cook this sauce. It's dead easy. Best way to peel your or chop your shallots is they come in layers. So if you just break them up like that, and the best way to cook them nice and fine is into half there, into strips, and then you can just cut them into really nice sort of small dice. There we go, lovely. So we're just going to do these few more. This will make obviously always more than you need. You can be quite generous with your steak, but it's always good to have leftovers. This works really well with other meats, with fish as well, so you can pretty much use this. It's quite a universal sauce. So shallots are great. They're a little bit milder as well than onions, so you don't get that really kind of like eye burning sensation usually when you're cutting them. So that's always good. So this steak, probably going to take sort of 2.5 minutes each side. Obviously we're going for sort of pink in the middle, nice sort of medium. Quite important when you're cooking steak is the resting period. So usually you leave it to rest as long as you cooked it for. So that's always a good one to remember. Just gonna have a little look, see what colour we've got on this steak now. We're not going to turn it yet, but you're getting a nice sort of colour there. It's great. So just gonna leave it for a little bit longer, and then we're going to flip it and get that colour on the next side. So mint. All this is just nice and fine as you can get it. So we're just going to chop it once. Lovely and aromatic fresh mint here. It's quite an important part of the dish. It goes really well with the beef as well. Fattiness of the beef. So in with our mint. And we're going to go the same amount of coriander. So chop the coriander. You can make all this while the steak's cooking. So it's a good little, quite quick. Serve this if you're having tapas party, just as it comes, or it's great with some al dente potatoes or some roast potatoes or bravas. So we're going to flip the steak over now. There's a lovely colour on the top. I'm just going to let that cook now on the other side. So we've got our spring onions, we've got our coriander, and we've got our parsley. Right, so next for the chilli, red chilli. So we're going to have our half a chilli here. So I'm just going to open it up, scrape out the seeds, and I'm just going to cut that into strips. So I really want half a chilli in here. Want to have a bit of a kick, but not blow your head off. So I'm just going to cut that up. going to go in the bowl as well. So for the steak down here, I've got a few aromats, so as it's getting a bit closer to being cooked, I'm going to add the butter and over time some garlic. It's just going to enrich it all the more. So same with my green chilli. Take out the seeds. Into my bowl, and then we're just going to put the green chilli up the same. There we go. So like I say, it's all knife work. It's quick and easy sauce to put together. You don't have to have it super fine. You know, it can have a few bit chunks in there. That's what you like. So last thing to go in there that we need to chop, I believe, is the wild garlic. So again, this is sort of growing pretty much everywhere now. Most woods down by a river. So I'm just going to go nice and fine with this. It's going to add a lovely different smell, different taste. There's roughly equal parts of that as well, and the coriander and the parsley. Like that. We're going to go in with a little pinch of cumin. A little pinch. We're going to go in with a little bit of salt. We're going to zest 1 lemon. Don't need the juice, it's just the zest here. So all this while steak's cooking. We'll probably add the aromats in a second and the butter. I'm going to start basting the steak. Get all that lemon in there. This is going to make it really fresh, really zingy. It's going to again go really well with the beef. So you just want it all in there. So the steak now, I'm just going to go in with the butter. Usually a little tip with the steak, once you've turned it, you can see the blood starts to come up to the surface. So when you've done that, it's usually medium rare. Okay, so it gives you a rough idea of where the steak is now. So it's around medium rare. We're just going to go a little bit further with that, and then we're going to rest it. So this garlic that I've got, I'm flashing it up. So I've got my thyme in there, the garlic in there. I'm going to give the steak a bit of love now, so I'm going to leave the dressing for now. And I'm going to come and give the steak, all this butter's foaming up, so I'm just going to baste the steak. I want to get all that nice thyme on there as well. Just get it all on top. All this is just parting more flavour, so this is kind of why we baste, and it just helps cooks that last little bit. So a few more, probably another sort of 20 seconds for this, and then we're going to let it rest. So all those lovely smells, those aromats over the top. So we're probably going to go out with. So we're going to go out with the steak now. We're going to let it rest while we finish everything else. All this can live on the top for now. Just soaks all into the steak. I'll turn this off because it's making a noise. Right, so to finish this dressing, you've got all the dries, all the chopped stuff in there. So you can give that a mix up. And then into there, we're going to go some sherry vinegar, which is your acidity, which is going to basically just cut through everything in there. So about 10 ml of that. And then we're going to go in with some olive oil. So the olive oil now, you just kind of want to bind it all together. So you don't want it sort of swimming, but you don't want it just bits. So that you're going to give that a mix up and see where we are, see if we need some more. Obviously it will wilt down a little bit once you've added the oil, so probably going to have to go a little bit more. So we'll just go a little bit more of olive oil there. And there we go. Lovely. So you can see there is a bit of dressing at the bottom there, but mainly it's nice sort of chopped goodness that we're looking for. So we're probably just going to sit that to the front now, and we're going to get a plate ready to plate up. Space. Just wipe my board. I'm going to slice the steak on here, so we're just going to wipe that. So, nice big plate for this, it's quite a big steak. Obviously in the restaurant we'd serve more of a tapas portion. This is just a whole rump steak. Usually we'd get the whole rump cap in. If you've ever had rump cap as a whole, it's really good. It's great for Sunday lunches. I don't know what you have for your Sunday lunch, but we really recommend this, nice and sort of slowly cooked. You can roast it in a pan afterwards or however. And it's really nice tender meat. It's usually quite reasonably priced and well flavoured. So our steak's rested here. We're just going to take off all the aromats. Pop it on our board. So you can see lovely colour. You've got little bits of thyme on there as well, some nice sort of bigger bits of pepper which is going to really add to the nice flavour. So we're just going to give it the last 20 seconds to rest. It's quite important to let it rest. Like I say, you sort of give it almost as long as you cook it to sort of rest and let the juices come back into it. And then we're just going to slice a nice sharp knife on a bit of an angle. So you see it's nice and pink. We're just going to slice it. You slice it as thick or as thin as you like. Obviously the thinner you slice it, it'll just cool down much quicker. So, you know, if you're not eating it right that second, you want to just give it a little bit longer. So, just going to dab it on a bit of kitchen paper. So for the purpose of this, I won't use the whole thing for plating. Just going to fan it out on the plate. And now it's time to garnish with the chimichurri. So give it one last mix up and then just over the steak. A little bit of the oil. Be quite generous with the oils as well. A little bit round for garnish. And there we go. So that's your wild garlic chimichurri with your roasted rump cap of beef. Very easy tapas. Yeah, brought to you from Casita's Virtual Kitchen. Thank you again for tuning in, and we hope to see you again very soon. Thank you. Bye bye.